Hey guys, how's it going? I am that socially awkward gamer you probably forgot I existed, otherwise known as IAmPattyJack. Welcome to Battlefront 2. This is going to be a live commentary, but I've got something I actually want to talk about today, so not going to be really commentating on the gameplay a lot. I want to talk about DICE. Yeah, and why they're making Battlefront, because, you know, they're making it. It's being made. They're making a reboot of the Battlefront series. I want to talk about what people are expecting and opposed to what people are thinking that's going to happen, because there's some varying opinions going on right now. So the general consensus is, or at least in my mind, what I think DICE is going to do is they're going to make a reboot to the series. And what I mean by reboot is they're going to kind of put their own spin on it. They're not going to make an extremely faithful game towards the other Battlefront that have been made and have been released by, say, Pandemic. So, basically, what a lot of people might be thinking is, oh, they're going to make a Battlefield version of Battlefront, and it's going to be awful, because it's not the same game that I'm used to. I like Battlefront. I like the old style of Battlefront, like the one I'm playing right now. And that's totally fine. If you want to think like that, I mean, power to you. You're allowed to raise your voice and explain what your opinions are, and I'm all for that. That's fine. I don't disagree with you at all, but the problem I'm kind of having with that is I don't really care if they make a faithful Battlefront game or not. What I'm more interested in right now, I'm just going to get rid of that. What I'm more interested in right now is actually having a good Star Wars game. So, kind of what I mean by that is, you know, since 2006 or 2007, like, we can say either Empire at War or Force Unleashed, depending on whether you like the Force Unleashed or not, were really the last good or great Star Wars games that have been made. After that was, ironically, right when LucasArts started becoming a developer rather than just a publisher. So, ow, that really hurt. So when LucasArts became a developer, they started obviously developing games, and their games were, in my mind, kind of crappy. They didn't really make that many good games, and unfortunately that led to LucasArts being disbanded. They're back to being a publisher. Well, I say unfortunately, it's kind of a good thing because they made really crappy games. But what I really want is just a good Star Wars game to be made. I don't care if DICE decides to make a Star Wars skin for a Battlefront game. I mean, for a Battlefield game, rather, because I would play that as long as they make a good game. That, holy crap! Wow. Okay, so as long as DICE makes a good game, like a good Star Wars game, I'm perfectly okay with that. And furthermore, I think that if they were to make a more Battlefield-style Star Wars game and call it Battlefront, that is going to make a lot of controversy, obviously, but I don't think that controversy is necessarily a bad thing, because it does make more publicity, and it might entice people who played the original Battlefronts who are a lot older now, because, you know, like when we played the original Battlefront, we were all teenagers, I'm assuming, like the core audience was, but now we're closer to being adults. So I think that's going to entice a lot of them to play it again if they see it on their favorite gaming news website or whatever. I think the people who have a problem with it are going to be so adamant about it and have such a big issue with it that what we might actually see happen is they will make like a more faithful rendition of it. I'm not saying it'll be DICE that makes that one too. They might call it something else, like they might revive First Assault or something like that, and have someone else make it and make it a bit more of a traditional Battlefront game, which would in turn appease the people who want the original Battlefront style of gameplay. And when they do that, we end up with like two awesome games instead of just one. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if DICE is making a game that has Star Wars in it, I'm happy. Because at the end of... I just noticed that's Jar Jar Binks, I think. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just happy that DICE is making a Star Wars game. And I think that's going to be good because we haven't seen a good Star Wars game in a long time. And DICE is obviously very adamant about making it. They went out of their way to make the game, to go and get the rights to create this game, because they are huge Star Wars fans. And we know they can make good games. We know they have mainstream appeal. And I think that's exactly what the franchise needs at this point. So that's my opinion on DICE making a Star Wars game, and my opinion on them possibly not making a faithful one. We don't know if they will or not. That's still up for debate, and we won't know until they release the notes on it. But that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. If you guys have any other ideas, please let me know. And just tell me in the comments, like this video if you enjoyed hearing my random thoughts on things while I try to shoot people in the face. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am PattyJack. We'll see you guys next time. Peace off.